Today is day 23, and we're reading Genesis 32, 33, and 34. Something huge is beginning to shift. I mean, this is big, and I want you to take note of it because it's the first thing we notice here is that the angels of God meet and greet Jacob. This is the second time that he's been visited by angel, and before we're done today, he will have his third encounter with an angel. Jacob seems much more humble at this point than he had been in the past. Something has taken place in this man's heart. He sends messengers ahead. It's time to meet his brother. It's been 20 years. Last time he saw his brother wanted to kill him. And so he doesn't know what he's going to encounter when he meets his brother. Word comes back, hey, Esau is on his way, and he's coming with 400 men. Now, obviously, we know he's not coming with a peace offering when this suggests that it's a war cry, that he's coming back to do battle. In chapter 32:9, Jacob addresses God by his name. It's the first time that Jacob identifies the God of his father Abraham and Isaac. He says in his prayer, I don't deserve. That's the first indication of something shifting in this man's heart. Jacob reminds God of his covenant promise. As he prays, he's praying based upon his former promise through the covenant that had been given to him and his forefather. Verse 12 says, you said, I will surely treat you well. And so when we look at this, we realize that Jacob is praying and reminding God of his promise. It is an example, a model for us of praying the word and how we remind God of his promises that are loaded throughout all of Scripture. Jacob sends his family ahead. He spends the night in prayer because on tomorrow he's going to have to confront and meet his brother. In chapter 32:22 it says that a man wrestled with Jacob. We know that this man was none other than an angel. Most believe again that he is the pre-incarnate Christ, that Jacob is actually wrestling Jesus. And it says he did so all night long. The angel says, let me go. We know it's not because the angel couldn't overpower Jacob, but rather he was testing Jacob to see what kind of desperation and determination. When Jacob says, I will not let you go, we see the fight that is in him. It represents a persistence, a determination, a pressing through in prayer. What is your name is what the angel asks Jacob. Again, the angel's not looking for information, but he's looking for a confession because Jacob means grabber, fraud, deceit. And he said, the angel says, your name shall no longer be Jacob, but Israel, prince with God. If you've questioned as to whether this was just a dream or a vision, may I remind you that Jacob left from here with a limp. So this is more than just a dream he had. He had a genuine, real encounter with God. The brothers meet, and it appears that after 20 years, both brothers are different. Something has transpired that has cooled their tempers, and it appears that things have certainly changed. In chapter 34, a tragic rape occurs to the only daughter of Jacob, Shechem, who is the son of a prince, obviously believes that they can get whatever they want. In chapter 34:13, you see the cycle of deceit. So there it is listed again, the word deceit. This deceit that is continued in this family line, generation after generation, and somehow it's got to be uprooted. They scheme a plan, all the sons of Jacob, to get all the men to be circumcised, suggesting if they get circumcised that they can have business and they can share in a marriage. Jacob seems passive and indifferent to this tragic rape of his daughter. The sons strike the city on the third day when the men are recovering from their circumcision, overcome them, and Jacob seems more concerned about the repercussions, long-term repercussions of what has happened than what occurred to his daughter. It's tragic, still shows the flaws and the sin that is in Jacob. But remember, God never endorses their actions. The Bible simply gives us an account. This is certainly not in any way an endorsement of what's happening. The good news is that like Jacob, God is still working on me. He's still working on you. He's out to change us. He's wanting to change us from Jacob, grabber, fraud, deceit, to Israel, prince with God. May the Spirit of God help you today to see the possibilities of how much God will and desires to change you and I into a different man or a different woman.